Mānawa mai te putanga o te ariki, mānawa mai te ariki o te rangi, mānawa mai te mātahi o te tau. He ngā mana e ngā reo raurangatira mā, whakatau mai rā ki tēnei whakapāhotanga. E ki ana ko te Super 8, whutuporo uni ana kura tuarua ki konei, ki Tauranga Moana, kātahi te rangi ātāhua ko tēnei, māua ko tōku pāpā, Dale husband, e mihi nei ko moi hau husband tēnei, kei te hau kāinga tātou, o tauranga te kuratuaru o tauranga moana, e pakanga atu ana ki tā rātou hoariri i tēnei rangi ko ahuriri.
Kia ora watu koutou katoa, nei rā te mihi ka koutou tēnā, koutou huri no kia ora mai tātou. Wonderful to have you with us here today at Tauranga Boys College, and it is this much anticipated clash between Napier Boys and Tauranga Moana. It's good to have you with us here in Whakaata Māori, celebrating the best of our rangatahitanga, and this is round 3 of the Super 8 Rugby First 15 Rugby Championship for 2025. A gorgeous day here in the Bay, and we're looking forward to some open, free-flowing rugby, which will excite plenty. Great to have you with us, and of course, with Tauranga being the reigning champions, plenty of pressure on them, unbeaten going into this clash. But the boys from Napier, after going down last week in the local derby against Hastings, will be wanting to make amends. Here they come, the Tauranga boys. A big focus on sport and academics here at this proud kura. A big school as well. There's Coach Willie Tran, who is with us. But as you can see, plenty to look forward to in this afternoon's clash.
Ai tika tau e teo, me te mōhio ko tauranga moana tonu. Ngā toa whakaihu waka o te tau i taha ake nei, te tau 2024, ko rātou arunga. Ana, ko Palmerston North i tēnei waki te tihi o te tepu there, 4 from 4. However, we've got a big game on our hands. It's Tauranga up against Napier.
Let's go down and hear from the Napier coach. It's Willie Tran.
Kai ko mo te kapa ahuriri kei taku taha. Willie, what you looking forward to going into this clash in round 3 here?
Yeah, morning koutou. Just firstly, just want to thank Tauranga Boys for hosting us and obviously billeting our boys. Came back with some amazing stories last night. So yeah, big me to our Tauranga whānau. Yeah, looking forward to today. It's always going to be a big game. You know, I'm sort of expecting a lot of physicality and speed, and obviously the Sun Gods have blessed us today as well. So looking forward to a really fast, expansive game today.
Up 17-0 in the early stages of last week's clash, and then getting pipped sort of towards the back end of that game. What were some of the work-ons over the week?
Yeah, I guess work-ons for us, it's just, I guess, trying to extend longer periods of focus for us and going back to the basics and doing the basics really well. Yeah, you're right, we started really well, stuck to the plan, but then unfortunately we just made a few errors and then, you know, playing catch-up rugby after that. So,
quick fire through some people to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, for us, I mean, our focus has been probably around the whole team and the culture, but we've got some leaders in the group that we do rely on, and one of them is our hooker, Riley Mullaney, our number 8, Carter Perry, our number 7, Carlo Mini, and our midfielder, Harvey O'Rourke.
All the best. Hope you go well.
Kia ora, thank you.
Ka te ake e te iwi kei taku taha, te kaiako, mo tēnei o ngā kapa no Tauranga Moana ko Aiden Kuka no Ngāti Ranginui. Aiden, hea pē ngā whainga mo tēnei tukinga e hoa?
Kia ora tātou. Ko te whainga matua mo tēnei kemu. Me kaha tonu i ngā rutu. Me te whiu o te pōro tai ki tai. Koenei te rautaki mo tēnei kemu.
Me te mōhio ko te rauna tuatoru noiho tēnei. Engari, ko wai pē ngā tino kai arahi, ngā toki pēr o tō kapa?
Ko Jay McCoy, raua ko Ethan McManaman, ko raua nā kāpene o te tima. O tira ko Iapo Kupita, he paumua, kei mua o ngā paumua, ko ia te tangata nunu.
Ka tahi anō ko te rangi mokopuna ko tēnei ka mautonu mai mo te tākaro e whai ake nei.
Kia ora watu koutou e hoa mā. Napier are about to make their way out onto the track, and it's in good condition, as you'd imagine. Bit of rain around right across the country, but the ground staff here at Tauranga Boys have done a really good job. Just getting some images there. Second 15 game just concluded as well. But there'll be a lot of expectation here from Tauranga, being the reigning champions of Super 8 Rugby, and a big mihi to all of the schools who are involved, all their whānau and connections. It's a wonderful competition, great celebration of rangatahi sport, and as mentioned, a number of these young players will find their way into representative teams, youth squads, and who knows, we could be witnessing some great names of tomorrow. About to come out the Napier boys as they make their way onto the field, and obviously Moiho, they were talking about the connections, age-old connections between these two proud kura.
Ai mai rā no tēnei honua I wanga nui nei kapa e rua. Haunga anō mo te whutuporo uni ana anake, te momo hākina ka whakawhanaunga tahi e nei. Hoi anō, e waru ngā tīma no tēnei whakataitau. Mo te hunga kātahi anō ka hono mai, ko te pāpai i o ea tēnā, kei te tihi o te tepu i tēnei wā. Ko Tauranga moana, ko here taunga, ko kirikiri roa, ko Rotorua. Ko tūrangi, ko ahuriri, o tira ko New Plymouth. Nō reira, those 8 teams representing their kura once again in this proud tournament, e kia nā ko te Super 8.
Well, the Napier boys about to come out will give us a chance maybe to run through the team list. They won't be too far away. Up front in the engine room today, Flynn Hamilton teams up with Monty Wahape, and in the middle, as mentioned, Riley Mullaney. A lot expected from Riley. He's an experienced player, and the way he drives the engine room is going to be absolutely vital to the outcome of today's encounter. Pearce and Prouting are your locks, and on the side, McLaughlin with Carlo Miene. At the back is Carter Perry, and then it's Bain, Wainga, Roberts, O'Rourke, Hay McKenzie, Davis Hansey as well on the wing in jersey number 11. At the back, we'll love it. Their bench today features Jury, Senatu, Lovett, Paoli, Morris, Wata, Hooton and Jones. That's the Napier boys lineup. They're just waiting for a guard of honour from the second 15 as they make their way onto the field here in Tauranga. And it's beautiful here in the bay, having watched the cranes that are on the foreshore. This city is getting a real boost at the moment as we see the Napier Boys High School making their way out onto the field. Of course, we will start with the traditional haka, but they'll be up for it after last week's loss to Hastings. They'll be really looking forward to this one. And of course, Tauranga go into round 3, not the only unbeaten team in the competition thus far.
Ai te rātou, wai mari e nōku te whaiwahi atu ki te mātaki-taki i ahuriri. I timata, katahi te timatanga mō tēnā, ko tēnā, te kaumā whitu ki te kore i ngā miniti tuatahi o te Kemu. They unfortunately went down to Here Taunga in a great clash last week, 35 points to 17.
There they come. Tauranga Moana making their way out onto the field. We'll have a quick look at their lineup today as well. 1, 2, 3, Kelly, Horan and Kupita. Ioapo, Kupita as well, strong and will no doubt get into the grind early in the game. Charlton, Vries, Locks, Sides, Bidwa, McQuaid and Spratley at the back. Spice with Ward on the wings, Nkwama and Emmett, and Zeke Jackson and Ethan McManaman in 12 and 13 respectively. At the back, Tommy McQuaid and their bench today, Jacob Bidwa, Tipene Taikoto Smith, Paynton, Sony, Baker, Theron and Harris. We're just lining up and awaiting the traditional haka. It's a wonderful feature of our rangatahi sports, and of course much anticipated here on Whakata Māori. And I just want to acknowledge Whakata Māori's willingness to cover the competition with the support, obviously, of the connections from the various kura. And this age-old tradition plays out right in front of our eyes. Wonderful to see guys of all cultures who combine with their kapa haka, and we'll witness that once again. Of course, Tauranga referencing the safe anchorage that the haka will also feature.
A koa ke nei ka tū ngā mahi ngā haka a tāne rore. Ana ko te ingoa o te haka o ahuriri, ko te taki a tū ahuriri. The Napier Boys High School haka was gifted by departing school leaders in 2016. The haka speaks of ahuriri the man, ahuriri the place. It incorporates local landscapes, histories and narratives that embellish the school's long and rich history and values. Te tauranga o ngā waka. Tahi anō ka takato te mānuka. Māwai e hiki, ko wai ka hua, ko wai ka tohu. Te tauranga o ngā waka. Which is a safe place of anchorage. Let's see if it's a safe place of anchorage for Ahuriri today.
We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Well, it's great to have you with us here at Whakata Māori, Moriori kia tātou. About to get underway here. Tauranga Boys College will be playing from right to left from our broadcast spot. The referee today is Richard Cameron. And, of course, there's a lot of expectation around the bay at the moment with the Chiefs-Brumbies game coming up as well later in the day. But pleased to have you with us here at Whakata Māori, continuing to celebrate our rangatahi, their tākaro, and indeed Māori Active, which is a kaupapa designed to have us all staying active through life. I'd like to acknowledge our whānau from Gecko Productions as well, out of Rotorua, who are beaming the pictures across the world through Whakata Māori. About to get underway here.
Koutou e mātakitaki maina. Ko te haukainga e mau ana i te kikorangi, o te rā te navy blue. Whakawhiti atu ki a rātou no ahuriri e mau ana i a rātou. Ko ngā poroka kahurangi baby blue. We're nearly underway. Kia tangi hia te pūtātara. E tohu ana ka timata tō tātou kēmu. 35 miniti kei ia wehenga. Ana.
And we're underway, and it is Tauranga playing from right to left. An early settler, just taken at the back and punched into touch on the far side of the field. Shadowed there by Napier Boys, Tommy Hay McKenzie. And the first line out of the afternoon about to get underway. Short line out. As Tauranga come in. And Zach Horan. We demand to throw the ball in. That's the kura and the far side of the field there. Short and cleverly distributed now. Tauranga with the football. Lovely double around, bringing in McQuaid on the far side of the field. McQuaid streaks down the right edge. Look at his run here. That is fantastic. What a way to start the game. And gee, less than a minute into the action, and Tauranga have scored. Amazing run, beautifully set play too. And Tommy McQuaid is finishing it off, puts the icing on the cake. Great lead-up work from Ward. Just chimes in beautifully. I thought he was going to get nabbed on the far side by Hansey, but he managed to get around him and the other winger who come across McKenzie. What a brilliant start from McQuaid.
Tika tau e mea na koe e teo. Wai para huti ake nei ko te hiku o te tīma tēnā kāmutu ko te furu peke e kia na ko Tommy McQuaid. Toko hia, e hia ke ngā kaitākaro I PCI. 1, 2, 3, and gas it around the winger as well. Great start to our furu peke, our fullback for the Tauranga Boys home squad, and Tommy McQuaid, ka mihi.
Yeah, it was a brilliant start to the game. But for Ahuriri, they just need to steady themselves there and not hang their heads. It's very early in the game. But ominous signs in a way from wide out. The kick's got the distance. Has it got the accuracy? It's just away to the left-hand side. And so it's a 5-0 lead here. We get another look. Beautifully conducted the line out right from the get-go. Lovely shuffling of the football, chain passing, couriering it across to McQuaid. He chimed in, managed to get around his opposite number, and what was a brilliant individual effort for him, scoring on the far side of the field.
Ko tana hoariri ko Will Love It. Ka kore pia ia e tino rata ki tana rutu. He mea nui ka mauhere tia tō hoariri ake.
There's a chance now with the kickoff from Ahuriri. It's taken in just outside the 22. Working at the back, right in Ready and Spice, who is the number 9 with him. That's with him with the ball in hand. Decides that he'll launch it. The chase is good. Some pressure on at the back, climbing high. And the chase was in there from Jay McQuaid. The boys getting themselves involved early in the contest. Bain now setting it up just in centre field at the moment, Ahuriri. Looking across the left-hand side, that ball has eluded all, but it's picked up on the far side. A little bit of support coming in from Roberts. There's Napier Boys just try to steady the ship here after conceding that early try. They'll want clean possession here as they hold it through the middle. They're looking for the strip. The Kwama comes in, that's him with his back to us in shot. A little bit of push and shove on the side of the ruck, but it's still in the hands of Ahuriri. Need to control the football, and they have thus far. To the halfway line, and now looking which way to go. Teaming to the right. Steady hand at the moment as they grind towards the halfway line. And the kick follows. It's out on the full.
Nā ka hoki whakamuri te pōro ki te wāhi I kiki ai e ahuriri. Ana ko te tūwhāngai tēnā, ko Riley Waenga. Ka kore pē ia e rata ki tērā o ngā otinga atu. Last week I got the chance to broadcast Napier, who went up 17 points to 0 against Hastings. So they started real strong. Really important for Napier to respond with this early try.
Zach Horan with the throw, taken cleanly here from Tauranga. They might try a repeat performance. Let's see how the fullback chimes in once again. In fact, the Kwama comes in from the left and a smoke and run once again. He's going for it, popping the ball on the far side of the field. Oh, smart play. Tommy McQuaid's having a field day out there. I've only been going less than 5 minutes. And the young fella's really getting into his work. Classy stuff once again from Tauranga.
Ai me matara a ahuriri ki tēnei o ngā haika, tēnei huku tirohia te pāhi, poto. Me mai te kaua wao he pāhi whakamua ke.
Malachi Emmett on the far side for Tauranga. And it will be a put in here. Well, on the sideline, the reserve bench looking, thinking, gee, this Tauranga team are having a go. Already, it's just really important to take personal responsibility and accuracy in the work here for Napier. They're just 30 metres out, and that's a good push as well from Tauranga, putting pressure on in the scrum. Napier with the football, not unexpectedly deciding to downtown it. This one will be allowed to bounce, well, between McQuaid and the retiring Emmett. The former with the football again now. He's able to weave some magic yet again. The tackle is put on strong by Miene for Napier. And here's a hole shot. Beautiful work for Tauranga. Bullet pass out to Nakwama on the left edge. Comes back into traffic where he's wrapped up in the tackle there of Waenga. But Tauranga Moana, gee, they've started this match with a hiss and a roar and plenty of confidence as well. Well, that pass almost... ended up in Kati. He got picked up by the wind.
Hawaii ki pā ma Maurano. Hapa tuatahi tēnā mo te hiku. Hoeno, e kōrero ana koe e deo mo te whakaraupapatanga me ki o ngā paumuri. Talking about the shape of this backline of Tauranga. It's very dangerous heading to the right-hand edge of the field.
Tommy McCoy sort of hung his head saying, oh, gee, that one was a bit crook. But really, what he's provided so far is a lot of sting, a lot of impetus for his teammates to follow on from. It's been a sensational start here. And to their credit, Napier Boys High School have just held up after conceding that try in the first minute. But this scrum seems very powerful here for Tauranga. It will please their coach, Aidan Kuka. And it's a wonderful character Aidan is. Of course, the plight of... and a fantastic kick as well, deep into enemy territory this time around for Napier.
Hangarite ana ki tera o te riki teo, mo te uni ana. Kei tā te riki he whā te kau, rua te kau. Ki tēnei tūmomo hakina ara te whutuporo, he rima te kau, rua te kau mā rua. Nō reira, kua hoki mai anō te poro ki ahuriri.
Thanks. Throw in, Mulaney. That one not straight. As we return back. Good crowd in here today. Of course, the final was played on a Thursday, so it was jam-packed with all the tauira from Tauranga Boys with their bells and whistles and school brass band. It was a real hoot. Great to be here last year for that victory. Just staying in the field of play. Napier with their first real attacking opportunity, and there's a hole straight through the middle. What a fine run. And that's try time. Looks to be Carlo Miene, who is in to score right under the posts. And Carlo was just waiting, and as soon as he got the opportunity, pounced, split them open, and drove straight in under the black dot.
Ai, ka hu mai tērā piro I te whakapapa me ki o te whana. Te whana tawhiti. Ana I hoki mai te pōro ki a ahuriri. I suppose obviously the try came of the great 50-22 kick, where they received the ball deep within the half of the home side. Just a nice short ball and found Meany under the post.
Extras at it, and surprisingly, we have a 7-5 scoreline here for Napier. That will really build their confidence. We'll love it. And once again, we get a look at how this occurred. Just a split there, and Cooper Spratley was in is on one side of the hole that developed. And of course, he didn't need a second invitation too. And the talented 7 Miene makes no mistake.
He pōhehe no te rārangi wawa o Tauranga Moana ka takoto ke te hiku o te namamaru me ki te pauro. Thought it was just going to be a crash play, but showed his generosity as Ngako Tuwhera just the tip his ball onto his flanker, his open flanker.
There's the kick downtown. Let's see how this one bounces up, sent across by Ward, and again it's McQuaid who gets hold of the football. He'll steady the ship through the middle, but that ball's gone back quickly, delivered out by Spice. Tauranga just starting to muscle around, needing a little bit more support. Spice again down the right edge. They've had some success already today. They'll try their hand there again. Little dummy and straightened run. Good play from the home squad, the Hokai up. They have the football. The big number 4 comes charging in, Charlton. Easy to recognise with his yellow headgear. Ward again, out to the 7. McQuaid. Well, the McQuaid brothers are just going real strong at the moment. Brad Price gets hold of the football. Knock on, though, will scrum it down here. But an intense battle at the moment as these two teams try to gain ascendancy early on in this encounter.
Ai miha ropai au ki ngā pukenga, me ki o ngā paumua. Ara, kei te kite atu, te ngā kau hikaka ki te whanga I te pauro. Kau e tātou e pōhehe mā ngā paumuri noi ho tērā tūmomo tākaro. Hoi anō, our forwards have the ability to also spread the ball around and put each other in holes.
Yeah, they've been looking good. Willie Tran will be pretty pleased with the start after conceding in that first minute. And now with a lead, but Tauranga, I think the weight of their pack looks to outshine Ahuriri. A mobile forward pack, though, they're using. Back it comes, kicking for safety. Down the middle of the ground this time, just over halfway. Bounces kindly into the arms of Ivan Ward. He gets it across to Charlton once again, and Charlton steps on the inside before he's put away. 30-odd metres out from the Ahuriri line. Through the hands. They've been dangerous when they've given the ball some room. A charge down. Sees Ahuriri with the football, sending it on the inside. Recovering, though, is McManaman. A knock-on, and another opportunity for the boys in sky blue.
Tikana kia mihia a te ārai o te kiki. Ka tai ka tau anō te poro ki aia me tana ohorere I aia tonu te poro. Hoi anō I maka whakamua. Ana ka hoki mai anō te pauro kia Ahuriri. Ka tau te nono ke ki konei. Ki te wāhi whātekau o te horeri.
Once again, thanks to those sponsors. You can see them, their banners on the side of the field as well, helping to bring the action from First 15 Rugby across Whakata Māori. There's plenty to enjoy in Season 25 here in the Super 8. Short side play for Ahuriri through the hands of Riley Wainga now. He's gone to ground. The forwards steady themselves. They'll be happy to just get into the grind here. Good solid work from Zach Horan, though. Talented number 2 climbs across the top. The big boys still have it just over the halfway line. A steady hand is required here. Not too ambitious with the football. Thinking of the kick, but then taking it in. Needs some support, Riley Mullaney. He's got it there. Ahuriri still with the ball, showing it out in front. To ground with it is Pierce. That ball's gone backwards, I hope, and now knocked on. It will be a Tauranga ball as Spice gets it and sends it flying downtown. The chase is good too. The big number 8, Spratley's onto it in the chase. Just a few metres out from the trial, and he's a good opportunity here for Tauranga Moana. As Spice appeals to the referee, saying, we deserve the football. Who's got it? At the moment, a bit hard to tell. But the referee is well positioned here. Richard Cameron. It will come out Tauranga's side. 12-15. That ball has been touched and knock on. I'll play on. No, it'll come back. And as you can see, the referee will award the penalty here to Napier. And survived a bit of an onslaught there that was looking dangerous for the Ahuriri squad.
I was really impressed with the big chase from Cooper Spratley, the number 8 from Tauranga Boys. As they say, the kick's only as good as its chase, and he really drove them down on their goal line. Napier Boys were looking to clear. Penalty come from one of the players being held back after he attempted an intercept. Did well to survive there, did the Napier Boys.
So now we're set for another line-out. So important, the technique here. A lot of training goes into line-out work, obviously.
Aye.
The lifters, of course, such a feature of the modern 15-man game. Here's the climb. Nice work from Ahuriri. Won't want to be too flash here. In fact, they just need to set themselves strong to ground. There's Roberts. Bain doing the work at the back. Through Lovett, I think it is, who sends it downfield. Was nicely read and taken by Ivan Ward, who sends it back on the inside to McQuaid. He's trying to get around one, but I think they're awake to the threat that he poses, Ahuriri. Nice offload there from Kupita on the far side of the field. Back for Spratley. Content to go to ground on the far side of the field. Still in possession, Tauranga Moana. Here he is again. Iwapo, Kupita. Tough, uncompromising. Up the middle they come, this time, Tauranga. TBC, to be confirmed. Chasing another try. Back it comes to McQuaid again. Almost the intercept. It's picked up by Nakwama. Sifenaya Makwama is on the left edge here for Tauranga. This is Ethan McManaman. He too content just to steady the ship, but there was a knock on, so we'll set the scrum down. And referee Richard Cameron well in control here. Quarter hour gone in these 35-minute halves here. Round 3. Super 8 Rugby coming at you live on Whakata Māori from Tauranga Boys College. And 1 try apiece. Those tries to Miene and McQuaid. And the conversion as well landed to give Ahuriri the lead here as we go into the 16-minute mark.
Kare nopea kia whai wāhi atu ko te parirau maui, Sefanaia Nathama. Te nuinga o ngā paoro o te paoro kua haere ke atu ki te taha matau. Mari kia tupato tātou ki te whai wāhi atu ko Sefanaia.
Here's the scrum feed from Ready and Spice. He takes it from the base. And there's Nakwama who comes in to chime in if he is given the opportunity to get straight in to ensure that the football's well in control here from Tauranga. Out to the right-hand side. Half volley pick-up. Nice work into the hands of Ward. Double around, picking up McQuaid as well. Getting it on the right side to Emmett. But the referee will call them back.
He tuarua tērā. Ka rawe, te momo oma. Hoi anō ko te pāhi whakamutu ngā me ki he I he ai.
I think they're opting for the shot for goal. As you can see, a gorgeous day. In fact, I thought for a moment going for goal this time across to the broadcast touchline, and now this will be a desperate situation here for Napier Boys High School. Desperately after the win here this afternoon, just to give them some impetus going into the next few rounds as we sort out the national champions for 2025. TBC still with the football, trying to drive through underneath the tackles of the forward pack. They're just a metre or 3 away at the moment into the hands of Charlton, who has the ball. And he is positioned nicely for Spice to get hold of it. Looking very controlled and composed at the moment, Tauranga Boys. Angled run. Good defence, as it turns out, from Ahuriri. The big boys having a go towards the line. Referee Cameron crouched to keep his eye up. This is Iwapo pushing across the line. Does he get there? The referee is well positioned. No, he doesn't, but it will be a try as it turns out to the number 1. Decky Kelly is in to score after some great lead-up work from his prop forward partner, Ioapo Kupita, has actually also made the Chiefs 18s. So his form and skill has been noted. And as we mentioned, Super 8 Rugby, First 15 Rugby, stepping stones to representative honours. Let's get another look here.
Kai parawa, enei tūmamo mahi mā ngā paumua, pau kāpō ki te pau tūwhera. Anaka ki te atu Ioapo Kupita, i tata tonu ana. Anaka Waimarie, ko tana hoa haere ko Decky Kelly. Simple PNGs, pick and goes for breakfast. When you're that close.
Papua New Guinea, PNG. Pick and go, though. Pick and go, son. Pick and go. They're good, all right, from close range. And that is due recognition and reward for some fine forward play. 12-7 scoreline. So there's a tap back here for Napier. They get hold of the football here, and they're 30 metres out from the try line. One of the players down, looking a bit dusty, as Napier boys get hold of the football centre field. They can be dangerous from this position. Options left and right. They go down to the former side, and another charging run, this time from the 12, Roberts, and a penalty for Napier. They might be tempted to take it quickly. That's exactly what they do. But the referee will call them back. Eli Payton is in jersey number 5. Blaze Ruiz is just word that Blaze is out, injured. All the best to you, Blaze. I know you'll be watching the game as well here for Tauranga. So they're having a good old ding-dong here at the moment. 12-7 scoreline, 20 minutes gone here in this round 3 clash. And they're opting for a shot at goal. That might surprise some, but get them all you can, I guess, is the thinking. That brings the fullback, will love it. And with an opportunity, in normal circumstances, pretty straightforward, but still 30 metres away. Great to have you with us here on Whakata Māori. Pleased to be working alongside Pōtiki, ko Moihau, tana ingoa. Up, he rawe.
Ai, awa te kiki. Wainga nui ngā paupiro. Tekau mārua ki te tekau ngā kaute. A ko tauranga tēnā e whakamua ana, hoi anō. Rua piro noi ho.
Yeah, at the kupu Māori.
He tō reo pāneora, bro.
I think it's Latin. I think it's Latin there, son.
Oh, nera.
I don't know much Latin. I'll have to find this one, gymnasium. All right, that one there. Māori Active, Bailey's.
Polo Projects, Caltex, mihi ana ki ngā huruhuru kia rewa ai tēnei manu, o te whakapāhotanga. O tēnei tūmomo hākina. A kāmutu tautoko pau te kaha ngā mihi te kaha ko ahuriri Willie Tran, and also Kirsty McCullum mentioning how hospitable our Tauranga boys they billet kids year in and year out.
Yeah, there's there's obviously competition between the squads too. They all recognise there's a lot of travelling involved, and so that's quite a feature of the game of rugby too. The hosting responsibilities. Very generous as well, sharing kite, kōrero. And it's again, ahuriri, Napier Boys High School, we have the football. Kia ora to our viewers on Whakata Māori. And in the beautiful bay, the Hawke's Bay, the Bay of Plenty. I see the smoke-free Rock Quest Bay of Plenty regional finals were held last night. Tempted to go along, but I would have been 50 years older than most who were attending. There's ahuriri with the football. Well, I thought for a moment a clever kick, but it was actually cleverly read as well by Nkwama.
Congratulations also to the Crusaders who found their way into another Super Rugby final. 14 points each for the majority of the game up against the Blues.
Yeah, it was tough, wasn't it?
And tonight, obviously, a big tukinga. I wanga nui ngā rangatira o te Waikato. Pakanga atu ana. ki ngā hoiho o Ahiteria.
And I'd also like to offer my commiserations to my co-commentator who went down in the best of 5 on the pool competition last night.
Come on, man.
Come on.
You said it was gentlemen's rules.
Gentlemen's rules all the way, son.
No rules.
Yeah, well, there we go.
But you were snookering me the whole game, bro.
No. We won't go there. 12-10 scoreline here. Eyes on the prize, Tama. Eyes on the prize.
I got that 20 in my kick as well, bro. Here you go.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Buy yourself a coffee.
Cameraman, can you get a shot of this? It's 20 off the $7 million bill owed for raising the bloke. Good on you, son. That's a first. Hang on, I might just pause for a moment. You take commentary. I'm going to take a photo of it.
Double it or nothing this half.
Okay. Here's the scrum feed. It's Riddy and Spice. Yeah, difficult. You're a secondary school teacher, and of course you mould a squad, get them running hot, and then at the end of the season, obviously you've got to wave goodbye to those 6th, 7th formers who will be moving on. So it's a constant challenge in that space, coaching first 15 rugby.
Tika tau. Hoi anō ko te mea i pai ai tōku ngākau, ko te kite atu i ngā kapa taiohi. I mua no atu i tēnei kemu. Ka kite au i ngā tīma te kaumārima, te pakeke ki te whira tuatoru, ka kite au i te kapa tuarua ki te whira tuarua, no reira ko te pāhara keke, o te kura, te puna, whakatupu kai tākaro. And so it's not just the first 15 that's acknowledged, it's the grades, the seconds, the third 15s, the under 15s as well. So it's the whole culture around the sport and how they wrap around each other and support one another.
And they're stepping stones, aren't they? You're going to start off in the under 15s. Of course, when you're a younger bloke, little bloke, if you're lucky, through second 15 and into firsts. There's a penalty for Tauranga. 25 minutes gone, 10 or just on 9.5 to go. 35-minute halves here this afternoon. And this is a tight contest. And it's very competitive. Good football to watch as well. As Ivan Ward kicks to the far side of the field. Should make no mistake. And from 30 metres out, you think that Tauranga will be able to mount a sustained challenge. Here's another look how that penalty came to be. Been impressed by Charlton, who's been getting into plenty of work.
Napier will be very impressed with how they've started this game. Obviously, 0-2 are Napier boys, and Tauranga are 2 from 2, so probably one of the strongest starts throughout the season.
Yeah, well, I can say it's nervous times for Matua, who have come to support. Here's Tauranga on the point. Lovely ball through to McQuaid once again, and here he goes, the flying winger, inside, outside, over to the line. Yes. No. Maybe.
Wā tuatahi kua whāngai hia te pauro ki tēnei taha rano. Ana kōwai atu ko te haika Tommy McCoy I aia tonu te pauro. First time we've seen our left wing. Off the left, off the right.
But he just came up short, Te Moiho. Just short, got a bit of ribbing as well from his opponents. I thought that the corner might have been an open shot for Sifanea, but he opted to step off his left leg and back, and that's a beautiful shot, isn't it? Celebrating rangatahi sport.
Grassroots.
Grassroots, yeah, you can call it that too. Napier with the football, the big push on. Nice soft hands at the moment in the passing department here for Napier. So playing with some confidence, even though they're deep in their defending their line. Comes back for the kick downtown, this time opting to go to the side rather than deep to the field. So the danger hasn't completely subsided here. Good field position for Tauranga boys. Have been strong with their line-out work here this afternoon.
Aira, kare nopia kia hapa. Ara papa e hoki ngā mahara ana. Back in my day, son.
Back in my day, son. This is how we used to do it. Bit of a pause here. Okay, well, just having a couple of words in. Separating the lads. So it's Zach Horan with the throw-in duties. Good climb, good take as well. Nice work again from Charlton. Secures the football for Tauranga boys. They get it into ruck mode now, and here's a driving ruck as well. Clever play from Tauranga. Let's see how they come and strengthen in, pack at the back.
Ai, ka kore pēr au e tino ohorere mehe me ka kuhu mai ko ngā pau muri. Kia haere tonu tēnei kramu me he pūru.
E pūru.
Ai anga whakamua ana. Ngari ko te mea nui ke whakawāte hia te poro. Ki te kore, ana ka tukuna te poro ki te rātu taha. Great maul, good drive. Surprised that a few backs found themselves in there, but it was paramount that they were able to release the ball before going to ground. However, Napier Boys just were able to keep them up, and that was the reason for the turnover.
Yeah, well, they weathered the storm here with some strong work to counteract the rolling ball. Napier, though, they've been sort of on defence for some time now. As Tauranga thrown a few questions at the visitors. They're still very much in the game at 12-10. Look at the strength, power of the scrum down the right edge here. Thought a kick might have been appropriate, so doing very well down the right side. I think that's Tommy Hay-McKenzie, who has the ball. Number 13, in fact, it's Harvey O'Rourke with some good work here. And not surprisingly as well, Ahuriri opting for the kick downtown. That's been mishandled. So the Sky Blue boys will get hold of the football driven towards the touchline here, and the referee will give them the benefit of the scrum feed.
Me pēhea kore ai whakamihi I te hunga no Ahuriri, I manawa roa, I manawa piharau, I tērā wahanga o te kemu. You know, they had that tackle that just chopped Sefania at the line. They've also had so much phases on their own goal line as well, so they need to be very proud and take a lot out of that resilience around the defence. Me te mōhio, e rima miniti noiho e toi ana I tēnei wahanga tuatahi. Tau rite ana ngā kapa e rua.
Ai, reira. Pai hoki rā. Ua mahi o tangata katoa, te ahi nei. With the football and showing some lovely latitude and confidence with the ball in hand, and he chimes in again. McQuaid with a kick to follow up. Ahuriri scrambling at the back where the ball is taken.
Quick mark there and being able to pause a bit and reset, find a clearance. But the skills of Tommy McQuaid, playing hot potato with himself, bit of juggling there of the pauro.
Yeah, I think I'm calling him McQuaid. I thought that's how I heard Aidan say his name, but with an O, I'll go with McQuaid. If it's wrong, Mr. and Mrs. McQuaid, it wasn't intentional. What we know is that he's got a whole lot of talent. In fact, both the bros have, haven't they? Ahuriri with the football now, and they're being expansive. There's the rainbow pass, the big wide one, the dummy and the straight in. And he's taken in the tackle of McManaman now, who gets involved heavily. Ahuriri to the boys in the middle. The big number 5, Fergus Broughton, has the football here for Ahuriri. But a scrambling here from TBC. Which way is the ball coming out? It's for the Sky Blues, but here we go.
Hore ka hore, e kore ka hore he whana hāmene e haere ake nei. Mā manoi ho te kiki, kei mua tonu, kei mua rāno I ngā paukoura. Te mōhio, he rua miniti, noi ho e toi ana. Engari anō. Hei aha ngā piro e toru, pai ake pēr kia whakawhiwhia ngā piro e rima. To the corner we go. Just under 2 minutes to play here in our first half, 12 points to 10.
That's what everyone wants to see. Tight rugby, tight sport. Last week, as mentioned, Napier got away to 17. I think they run down 30-something, was it 35-17. So they'll be mindful that they need to be focused for the entire 70 minutes if they're going to get close or get the victory here over the champions who have the football as we speak. The rolling maul, impressive too, making metres. Everyone getting involved at the back, talking to them is Riddy and Spice. saying, keep going, boys. We've got it now, though. He reaches in for the football. Is it coming clear? No, it's not. But Ahu did he high-five it as well. One of the big fellas has taken a whack to the chops by the looks of things. Either that, he's been eating beetroot for breakfast. Let's have another look here.
Bit of deja vu here from the Tauranga boys, opting to go for the corner. Not too sure if Aiden Cooker gave that direction, if there were points on offer, especially with the little moment to play here.
Little fellas.
Anei te o apopotanga o whutuporo ki konei ki te moana.
Wonderful footy. Really intense battle here in the celebration of secondary schools rugby. In the final minute of play. Scrum about to be fed here by Harry Bain. That one's collapsed into a heap. We'll reset it as well. Both coaches will be pretty satisfied with what's occurred here so far. Aiden Cooker with that scintillating start too, that try in the first minute to the fullback. He's really gone looking for work too, and he's playing with a level of confidence that's giving him opportunity. Very impressed as well with Big Khan. Charlton is locking partner there is Eli Paynton. The defensive scrum for the home squad. Taking their time to get this one set. The referee showing some patience, says Richard Cameron. Scrum feed for Bain. Will come back. It's not surprisingly kicking downfield. Is it finding touch? In fact, it's been kept in by the looks of things by Ivane Ward. Onto McQuaid once again. He shows the peel back wheels and gets it away to McManaman on the far side. Still in control, Tauranga. Charlton. Good, powerful, direct run for Charlton. Danger hasn't subsided here for Napier. They're being put under the spotlight at the moment. The blowtorch being applied here to ground. Jay McQuaid looking for an opportunity. Spice feeds on to his teammate. He gets set, but a penalty here for Ahuriri. And the celebrations coming in, high-fiving as well. To Monty Waihape in particular. Popo here for Ahuriri. A bit more of a wind than we might realise. That's the half-time, and a good half of rugby here in round 3 of Super 8 Rugby in Tauranga. Hope you're enjoying the action here in Whakaata Māori. Thanking all of our partners who are bringing the pictures to you. There's a lot to like about what we're witnessing here in this celebration of Rangatahitanga. 12-10 at the break. The champions leading Napier here at Tauranga Boys College. We will take a break and be back in a moment to review that first half effort and set us up for the big half still to come. You're watching Super 8 Rugby coming at you live on Whakaata Māori.
Get the Māori Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make Māori Plus your mate and stream now.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times. It's a real privilege, but you know, for us, we want to see others get involved in it. This is not a selfish thing for Apollo. This is about how can we get, whether it's construction or other businesses, to get involved in this.
There's a lot of things that kids miss out on, and so to have businesses step up and want to be involved and to help is a game changer for schools. It really is.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
Hey, sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
I'm Jason Bill and we farm around the Mid-North. We took a review of our business a couple of years ago, sort of identified challenges that we had. One was profitability, and we'd noticed on our steep hill country we're getting more and more erosion. We looked around to diversify, looked at forestry to plant on our steeper country. For us, it really addressed those concerns. By doing the forest farm model, we feel like we're getting the best of both worlds. And I'm really excited and I really do believe in this model. I think it's the way of the future.
Kaore anō tēnā tū wairoa, kia pā mai ki au, I runga I te tū ki te papatū awa.
Tukuna mai o kaha hea mātou nei tamariki kia tūranga tira.
Ko au taia, haka, whera. Mangatanga Roa's fight for a better quality of life.
You can do it. Nice job, Manga.
Will push the human boundaries.
Good man, there you go.
Of possibility, nurturing hope. All episodes streaming now, Ki Māori Plus.
Get the Māori Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make Māori Plus your mate and stream now.
Kia ora no e te whānau, nei rata mihi ka koutou katoa. Kia ora, thanks so much for your time, your company. Here on Whakaata Māori ko Dale tēnei. Nei rata mihi. It's good to have you with us, and of course, a great game of football unfolding here in round 3 of Super 8 Rugby. And we'll get a chance to look back on some of the highlights. And to be honest, it didn't take very long for the first highlight to come together. This was the first line out of the game. In fact, only 55 seconds had elapsed before this screaming run from Tommy McQuaid manages to get around the outside of 1, 2, 3 chases and into score on the far side of the field. That was followed up with a punching run through the middle as well by Miene. At that stage with the conversion 7-5 scoreline. Kelly was next as we see another intercepted run. And let's get another look as the big forward comes charging towards the line, Deki Kelly. And that put it out to there to 12-7 and a penalty from Lovett as well. We're just looking at some of the highlights here. And Moiho, very competitive game. These two teams are locked up. We thought there for a moment that Sefania Guama was going to get through, but that wasn't the case. So it's anyone's game here this afternoon in round 3, and looking forward to the second half action about to get underway.
12 points to 10, true reflection of the mana and the modi, I suppose, of the Ahuriri defence. Really kept them in this game. Plenty of ball, of action down on their end. To go in with 2 points the difference is a great win for the visitors.
Tauranga have the football again, and you know, it was a lot of grind in there. Fergus Prouting getting himself very involved there, the big guy. That ball has been jarred loose, picked up at the back by Charlton again. He knows but one way, solid, straight. Each time he gets hold of the football, the cutout on the far side of the field for Tauranga, but that hits one of the Napier players and is into touch on the far side. The referee will call it back, and we'll continue on this time with a line out on the far side of the field. Yeah, very much so. I've been liking the work here at the back. In fact, the prop forwards have been going really strong. Waihape, Tupita, of course, Deki Kelly, who's rewarded with a try in that first half. And nothing like a bit of a kai on the sideline. Not your traditional pie. Looked like sushi to me for that young fella.
Teriyaki chicken and rice.
That's it did have some teriyaki look about it. As Tauranga get hold of the football and up through the middle they come. Backhanded, nice little slip pass. Worked brilliantly with McQuaid back in the middle. 40 metres out from their own line. Spice again, busy. Is that Charlton yet again? 3 on the left. So cut-out, intercept. Going for the cut-out ball and the intercept run. Streaking away. Tommy Hay McKenzie against the run of play. And going for that ambitious cut-out ball. He punched through, grabbed hold of it with good hands. And was streaking away to score just to the right-hand side of the post. Wonderful effort here from Napier. I thought that Tauranga were looking hot. Look at the ball. They just plucked it out of the air and go streaking down the right edge.
Tū whāngai Ivan Ward. Nāna te pāhi I hopu kina e te hoariri. A Tommy Hay McKenzie. Ano nei e pānui puka puka ana. Read just like a book.
Well, they wait for those opportunities to snap them. And will he love it? Or will he not? He does love it.
All day.
We do too. Well done, Willie. Good try.
17 plays 12. What a way to start the second half. The boys from the Bay.
Which Bay? Bay?
Sure Bay.
Sure Bay. Look at the run. He liked that one. He liked it a lot. Good stuff.
Hey, McKenzie. Being very dangerous throughout this whole game here.
Well, 17-12.
Big mihi to Rawinia, Mike and Tai, bringing us the pictures. And the local Gecko Productions team, ka mutu te hāpai o. Kia tika amua me tika amuri. Re mihi ana ki ngā ringa, ki ngā waiwai ngā upoko.
Doing some nice things and really inspirational too. Our whole whānau working together. In fact, Papa Mike's here today. Former coach of Western Heights rugby squad. I said, when was that? Back in 1954. He says, no, I was born in 54. What are you getting at? Nice little offload here. Tauranga just probing. Opening for Jay McQuaid. He has the football. Oh, tough stuff as well. Still with Tauranga. Spice has had a good game here today. Charlton gets hold of the football and again sets the stage nicely for his teammates. They have the numbers. The big boys working through the middle here. Look out, Napier. They're coming back again. Tauranga coming back. They're not going to rest. Holding it up. Spice into the hands of Charlton. He again sets it beautifully. Reaching over the top. Napier. Referee says, no, mate, you can't get away with that as Jay McQuaid has it. He's to ground. Ready and Spice again. Lovely work for Kupita. Danger times for the Sky Blues at the moment. Here is Tauranga perched on their line. Growling like monsters, wanting to get across there. Here they come. Dummy, short pass, fullback. Yes, splices them open. And McQuaid is in for his second. Lovely lead-up work. Team try. But the fullback, he's the one who gets the free through due after the play.
Yeah, rata pai au ki te double pump a te tū whāngai. Me te pōhehe ka tuku ke te pauro ki te kuaha o mua. Engari, ko te kuaha a muri ke. Little shadow play there, double pump, front door, back door. Te mutunga ke mai o te papai.
It's locked up 17 apiece here. Pretty straightforward conversion. But again, really liking the anticipation and the reading of the play from the fullback who positions himself nicely. I know that he would pass those accolades back and forth across to his teammates who've been supportive of him. But you've got to be there to make it good. Kicking through the sticks into the clouds beyond. And the number 10 does well, Ivan Ward.
I just want to iterate, Dale, how important it is here for the front door ball runner to do his job there. Like I said before, the double pump. Tami haere. Hokona atu, hokona mai.
1917, set up for a wonderful game. Now for Ahuriri, we know that they let a decent lead slide, and so they have to be very mindful of that, and they can't let their intensity or focus wane, otherwise Tauranga will take full advantage. And this time the kick is just what you call good percentage football and smart thinking from the fullback. And some nice images of the throw-in here. Mulaney will try and keep you posted too with changes that will be forthcoming through this second half. Mulaney sends it up nicely, taken in here from Ahuriri. Napier Boys High School with the football and prepared to do the hard graft through the middle. Needing some support. This young guy's had a good game today as well. Hamilton. And a penalty.
Roro hipi. Kāre I puta te pauro. Ethan.
The Wapo,
New Zealand,
Peter, he came
18s.
straight in there with the sort of security guard approach. So, Ahuriri kicking onto the far side. Thanks again to Caltex, Māori Active. Go and join yourself a club or go for a walk around the block with your kids. That's what this is all about, really. Our health stats decline as we age. Those guys look pretty healthy, though. Swan drives a plenty out in the provinces. There's the throw-in. Did it work for Ahuriri? Yes, it did. They've got control of the football. Back it comes to Harry Payne. On to Wang. A little hard at times to pick up those white jersey numbers for Napier. So apologies in advance. And of course, as they get a little bit dirty too, makes it a little tough. Number 7 you can see in shot, Carlo Mene. Try score in the 9th minute. It's a charging run from Elijah Roberts. And here's the scrum feed now. On the far side of the field with Tauranga Moana in possession. Reigning champions of Super 8 Rugby from 2024 with a 33-0 win over the highly fancied Hamilton Boys in the final. Broadcast live on Whakata Māori. That was a hoot and a celebration. Now that ball has gone straight through the scrum and the referee will ask it to be reset. Still with Tauranga in possession. Oh, apologies there. Just a drop of a microphone and an impromptu kicking of the microphone as it hit the floor. That'll cost you another $20, son, so come on, get that wallet out again. That's the fine. As we set the scrum on the far side of the field. Yeah, bring it out. I want to hear that sound again for that little faux pas.
Hey, that was a G up there. You wrapped it around my bloody leg.
I did not wrap it around your leg. I was on the prize. That 20's going to Gecko Productions. With the football Tauranga now. Now, Napier just want to get it back. That's the main thing that they've got to drive for at the moment. To go ground with it is Emmett. A little bit of a run. Calls Bain in to do some defensive work. And here's a penalty. This will be what they're after. And the boys congratulating the young halfback as well. Did very well in there, Bain.
Kāhatia te kaiako Willie Tran. He hapea tana ko whiringa I tēnei wahanga. He tawhiti pea mo te kiki tautoko. Hoi no. Ko whakatau hia e ia kia kiki te pauro ki te kokona.
It's a good opportunity. It's been a while since they've been down here.
Whai hua ai tēnei tūmamo tākaro I te rā wiki. Strong line out and more efforts by the Ahuriri boys last week. Going down, unfortunately, to Tauranga Hastings, but showed some great skill within their line-out plays.
And that's a good take at the back there for Tauranga. Against the throw. Good work from Mulaney again. Well, they have been down this end of the field, but of course there was that intercept from Hay McKenzie at the restart of the second half. Still grinding away from the football, a little bit of a hole shot down the left edge. Let's see which way the touch judge awards the throw in here. I think it'll be for Napier.
Ana ko Hay McKenzie tēnā. E whakapaipai ana I te whare. Ana ka hoki mai anō te pauro ki Ahuriri. Hoi no ko whara te hawhe pēke I ai ki ngā pikitia.
Yeah, Harry's getting some work on that right shoulder by the looks of things. Referee's coming across with some concern.
Ai ko wero hia e te pi. Bit of a stinger.
Yeah. And the old Waiwai magic.
Ko ia, Wai Māori magic. Ko ki ora mai a te hawhi peke.
So Mulaney with the throw in here, and that one's secured, although deemed to not have gone straight.
Nā ku pete he.
You've got to be a bit careful, don't you? Of course, you want your team to have an advantage, so you can understand why there'd be a little bit of bias from the hookers when throwing in. But the referee was onto that one, saying no, I have higher expectations. Ivan Ward with the high ball, beautifully taken on the far side, climbing and putting the two hands up, skillful for Napier. Down by 2. Prepared to give the ball a bit of air. Coming out wide and stepping on the inside is Davis Hansey. Sets it up, needs some support from his big boys who get in there quickly. Bain, alive, through the middle. This guy's had a good game. As he goes to ground, the big prop. Numbers on the far side, then the kick. Down the touchline it travels, and here's a penalty as well, once again, for Ahuriri.
E aku ki te ngā. Tū hapa ana. Hei tā te kai wawao e mea ana I he te wāhi I tū ai. Ako te rarangi wawao. An offside play there from Tauranga Moana, opting to choose the conversion. Whātekau mita te tawhiti.
Yeah, it's not close, but it is straight. I think they're sensing that this could be a very close game at the end of 70 minutes.
Well, it has been for the whole game.
The whole game, it's real tit-for-tat footy. Bit of a grind at times. And the tries aren't coming easy.
I think there have been multiple opportunities to go for the 3. The fact that the lineouts haven't been as successful, while the points are on offer, even though it's not an easy kick. 41.5 metres out.
Oh, cut it out. This will love it. And it goes to the left-hand side of the posts. Bringing it out is Charlton. Taken by his opposite number, Prouting. Puts him away. Tauranga have possession, as you can see, inside their 22. This, I thought for a moment, looking for touch, that's where the ball will end up.
They'll be okay with that, even though the conversion wasn't as straight as intended. Moku ake, me whiu te pōro.
Mulaney.
Ki te tīmatatanga o te rarangi nei.
Yeah, Mulaney has to throw this one.
Short. Ko wea kaere tawhiti.
Let's have a look what his thinking is. Nicely taken through Bain. Wainga sets it up through the middle as well. It's Roberts who has it. Bain with a darting carry. Scratching around the base of the scrum and peeling just beside it as well. As they get into the grind, here come Ahuriri. Let's see how they go here. Big, strong forwards they're up against as well from Tauranga Boys. Might have even turned it over already. Tauranga Boys, by the looks of things, they have. Scrambling for it at the back is Spice. Number 20 is in. That's Caden Theron. And a good run here from Tommy. Popped pass also. Theron once again hasn't been on the field all that long. He's picked up by his trousers and driven back. Will Baker, my apologies, it is, in jersey number 20. And now Tauranga straightening. Yeah, so Aiden Kuka is using his bench now. That's Baker. Good play centre field again, Charlton. Distinguishing himself with his efforts today. Beautiful run here from Khan Charlton. Charging towards the line on the far side of the field, and that is an absolute reward for what's been a mountainous game here for the tall, rangy lock forward. Wonderful efforts from him, really supportive of his teammates, but this time around gets a chance to shine on his own, and doesn't he do well? Lovely run to the corner.
Me he hoiho kaki roa rānei. Tēnei tangata tā roa nei. Anō nei he tauri, he kauri no te wao nui a tāne. 2 strides to 1. Shrugs off 1 and 2 and says, hey aha mau. Take on the fullback as well.
Yeah.
I think he really get a chance to spread those legs as long as he did, striding his way down the left-hand side of the field. Well done.
Yeah, Khan Charlton. Good effort here from the lock forward. Probably wouldn't look out of place in a B-ball team as well. Khan from wide out, difficult conversion. It won't be successful. Accuracy was there, but kicking into a slight breeze here at Tauranga as we look at a 24-17 scoreline. And another look.
Year 12 here at Tauranga Boys. Had some opportunities with the Bay under-16s and the Chief under-16s as well. Favourite player, Ari Savea.
Kia ora.
Interested in going overseas and possibly a bit of outdoor athlete development, mahi.
Well, he certainly he stood out today for his efforts. We're very cautious to single out players in teenage footy, for obvious reasons. But you know, some guys have good games, and I want to acknowledge that without getting carried away about expectations. They can be difficult to carry when people expect you to do this or that. Just work hard, have a good life. That's what we say to all these young guys. And sport is very instrumental in creating the character that'll hold you in good stead through life. As well, you learn to play as a team, rely on your teammates, contribute your piece. So we wish them all well, these young fellas. As we see Ahuriri responding in the best possible way on the far side of the field now. This is Pierce. Let's see if the changes are also forthcoming for Napier. Short side run on the far side and still grinding forward here. So Ahuriri still giving themselves another chance. They want to get back onto the scoreboard. El Pronto down at the moment by 7. As you can see, about 15 metres out from the try line. Still alive here for the Sky Blues. Right in front of the post, 10 metres out. Turnover though. Turnover and a hard-fought turnover for Tauranga Moana. Baker at the back. Left foot. Sends it. It won't make it to the touchline. Taken at the back by Lovett. Turns it across to the far side of the field. Nicely read though by the Tauranga defender. And Lovett comes in to put a bit of muscle into the carry this time. The big 6, Ollie McLaughlin, takes it to ground. 20 on, Zach Paudi. Napier still with the football, bit of scrambling work at the back for Jackson. He gets hold of it and then kicks for touch on the far side of the field. So one thing's for sure, they haven't lost any of their enthusiasm for the task ahead. Just on 15 and a half minutes to play here at a 5-point ball game. 16 making his way on is Harry Jones. 17 is Blake Hooton for Napier. So ringing in the changes, Coach Willie Tran.
Ai, ko ngā kairiwhi e kake ana I te whira, ai tēnei wā tonu. Me te mōhio, me whai hua, me kuhu mai, me mahi I ngā mahi, me raupā ngā ringa. Very important for our subs to come on and with a bit of impact. Ko tahi ana ke te piro, a me te kiki, a te rereketanga I wanganui ngā kapa e rua nei. Ahuriri te paoro I nāi nei. Tuku poto, ki wanga pū I te whira. Whakaro ake kia whāngai hia tonu tia te paoro. Ana, ka hoki mai anō ki te hāmene. Tū hapa ana anō.
What I'm liking most about, well, both teams, to be honest, but certainly for Ahuriri at the moment, you know, they're not daunted by what they've witnessed. Yes, they've been scored against and they've come back each time, right from the get-go. Tauranga in after a minute. Mene 7 or 8 minutes later to cross for 7-5. Then Kelly came in 10 minutes after that, 12-7. The penalty squared us up 12-10 for the half-time break, and now it's been tit for tat. Tauranga have the edge, but certainly the boys from Napier very proud. Sideline spectators enjoying the contest as they should too. It's been high quality. A lot to enjoy about the attitude on display here from our rangatahi from both kura. Short side play. The big unit on the far side of the field is way up it. A few changes in here. Some fresh legs. Some renewed enthusiasm here from Ahuriri. They're looking just to grind their way across. Down low. Chiming in nicely. Beautiful run. And the try is scored. Skillful work, and once again, it's Tommy Hay McKenzie in for try number 2. Sort of sensed something was coming from Ahuriri, and loving their attitude at the moment. The kotakitanga that they are displaying as a squad was rewarded there, and Tommy Hay McKenzie chimed in beautifully. Plenty of confidence from this young player. He too's looking good with ball in hand.
Ako ngā paumua, e sika ana kia mihia. E tō mai ana I te hoariri, ka whakatatatata mai rātou ki tērā o ngā wāhi hui ai te marea. Nā wairā, ka whāngai hia te pauro, ki ngā taha rāno. Ki te waiwai parahuti, te parirau matau ko Tommy Hay McKenzie. Fought it well just to be able to draw the opposition in, phase after phase. And then as you've dragged them in, why not go wide?
We're locked up again there, Homa, locked up. Hello, e hoki rā. Ka pai. Hey, McKenzie. Hoo! Ha!
Ana, ka kite atu, anō te piro. Backdoor play. He knew he had his number.
Yeah, good play.
Ana, ko te kai kāpene tēnā Ethan McManaman. E rua ngā kai kāpene ko Jay McCoyd, anō hoki.
24 all.
Ana, nil all.
Nil all, yeah, well, that's another way to look at it. Awesome game from these young guys. Heaps to like about it. Hope you're enjoying the action here on Whakata Māori, celebrating the best of our takitanga. As we see the charging run again, want to get out of the danger zone, so the kick won't be too far away. Opting down the middle of the track. I want to see them kicking to the sides, but into the dangerous hands of Tommy and McCoy. Nice brass onto Jackson. He's just outside the 22. Jackson gets to his feet again as his teammates muscle around. To the back comes Baker. He distributes as well. Into the hands here of Tibene Taikoto Smith. So the replacements and bench are going to be important as the double around almost opened up a hole there from the Ahuriri defence. Still working their way down the left edge. Numbers as Baker gets himself into the action. These fresh legs are really making an impact here for both squads. To the big prop forward, Kupita, who's to ground now. Just 6 or so metres away from the try, and Ahuriri have to be on their game. That's Sony who has the football. The wide pass through McManaman. Steps back on the inside. McManaman for the line. And McManaman, does he get there? The referee is well placed. And Ahuriri, the referee says, Carl, I thought McManaman had done enough. Step back on the inside. His teammates come up and say, it's okay, mate. We'll get another shot. Zach Horan, quick to come in and support Ethan McManaman. Just wasn't able to get the try down. 24 all, locked nice and tight. Well, it's just on 10 to play here at Tauranga. Here's the restart. This one's pushed out. Nicely taken. Ivan Ward, clever. Another powerhouse effort as well from Jay McCoy. This time it's a scrum for Ahuriri, and they'll be absolutely wrapped with the decision by the referee. Richard Cameron. And a chance for them just to take a little bit of a breather. They've been under the pump. But both teams are really feeling it now. This is where those street runs, the personal fitness regimes that each of them utilise, not just your Tuesday, Thursday training sessions.
Great goal line defence once again from Ahuriri. Being able to hold the ball up over the line. A drop kick followed, and also some continued resilient defence.
See the referee.
Especially coming down from a 35-17 defeat last week.
Yeah, sure.
Willie Tran will be so impressed with how the boys have turned up today.
Both teams are having a go, there's no doubt. But now is when it is all on the line. The final 10 minutes. Who has the resilience? Who has the strength? Who has the expertise to use the ball, field position, and possession well to get across the line at the back. This guy's had an outstanding game. Tommy McCoy once again, and then he's hit and goes to ground. Tough hombre though, Tommy. Short side run. Exciting stuff coming from these young guys. The athleticism, the aggression that they're showing in a good way is really commendable from both squads. Tauranga Moana still in possession, and that's good defence as well from Ahuriri. Lovely work from the 7. Carlo Miane. A beautiful little offload as well. Kupita. Still alive. Ward sends it out. Charging run again from Charlton. We've mentioned his name plenty because he's got himself into the action a lot here this afternoon. Once again, Iwapo with the football, and Tauranga holding up nicely. And then the pass, getting the finish on the inside. Brilliant play. And it's Caden Theron who's in to score. Lovely lead-up work too. When we get a look at this replay, we'll see that Will Baker, and what a masterstroke it has been to bring on these fresh legs and perspectives that Baker has provided as well. Brilliant. Have a look at him here. Little show. Darts through, holds up the pass nicely to Spratley at the back, who delivers on to Theron. And that's a fine try there for Tauranga Boys. Pushing them out to 29-24 with a kick from wide out.
Ai, tika au korero e teo. Mō I whakamara mahia mai. Ngā mahi nui a ngā kairiwhi ki te kake I te whira. Me ngā mahi māhunga a te hawhi peki tuarua Will Baker. Tamitami haere I te pōro I rangirua ai a Carlo Mini. Rawa ia e mōhio me he mea ka pāhi, ka tamitami rānei. From Will Baker. Shown to the right, back on the inside to his nama waru, Cooper Spratley.
Tough kick. And the flags are raised.
Mai te taharano.
A beautiful, lovely finish.
Ivan Ward. Anaka ki te atu te piro. Ia opo. Kupita tēnei. Anako Baker tēnei.
I love that little play.
Tamitami haere ana.
Yeah, and of course Spratley was there.
Ko Carlo Mini, te hoariri. Ko puku mahi a Carlo. Tana hapa tuatahi me ki o te kemu. He's been a workhorse.
Short kickoff. Chance of getting it back. Ahuriri don't. Tauranga Boys do. And again, it's Baker. Just everywhere at the moment. Setting it. Teach all of halfway. Wanting to consolidate at the moment, the home team. They've got the lead. But of course, they can't celebrate too early. Just one converted try to square it up. Baker takes it from the back. Nicely controlled left boot. Climbing in for the football and taking it nicely as well. That's Zach Paori.
Speaking of celebrating e hoa matariki mā puanga.
Ai, kia ora.
E te āmere tū mai nei e teo. Me ngā mihi. O matariki, mānawa tia matariki. Kia tātou katoa. Time to reflect.
Right.
And to prep for the year ahead. Trying to say to our kids.
Look at this, run, down the left. Nice, needs some support. Looking for the chip and the regather. Where's the bounce going to go? It's into the hands there of Ivan Ward, who saves the day. Ivan, and the bounce favourable to him. Really like the run, though, by the Sky Blues. Jay McCoy. Sky Blues need it back. Referee says that's okay. I'm comfortable with this. Here they come. Ahuriri aren't done with here. The big forwards. Lovely defence as well from Charlton. The ball has gone loose and it will be into the hands of Tauranga Moana.
As I was alluding to, Dale, around Matariki. I try to put on to my kids saying, hey, look, kids, there'll be no more Christmas. Ko te wā hei whakanui a tātou anō, ko tēnei wā o Matariki.
Right.
Te mōhio, he huka ki tēnā.
You can't be the Grinch and take away Christmas. What would these kids think?
Bit of jawline there from the young man.
Hey, I know we've been singing the praises of Riley Mullaney, as we should too. That was a solid run down that left edge, and it was just a fraction away from the bounce favouring him. would have got them across the line and perhaps a conversion to square it up again. Here no, Homa with 4 to play. 1 try in it, 29-24 scoreline. Napier Boys coming to town of a 33-17 loss last week, but gee, they've stood up strong and proud here today. Charlton again with the tap down, still in control. Referee says it's been knocked on. Ahuriri will have the ball. And as we count it down towards full time, we're just on 3:40 to play. Anything could happen here. Harry Bain calling for the scrum to get set. The replacements are coming in as well. 18 is Zach Keeney.
Doesn't get any easier for these two teams, Dale. Te rawiki, pakanga atu ai a Ahuriri kia Kirikiriroa. They play Hamilton at home next week. And Tauranga Boys host the undefeated Palmerston North Boys, who have 4 from 4.
Yeah, it's panning out to a really interesting competition. Super 8, celebrating the best of our rangatahi sport, particularly with our proud boys' schools across the land. So now, here is the chance that Ahuriri are wanting. Beautiful hands on the far side. Or has it been knocked on? That's how the referee saw it. There's a slip out the back door. And that's a disappointing result here from Ahuriri. Would have fancied their chances. They're very conscious of the timepiece as well. There's the pass and the back door. Just a little bobble down to ground. So there's going to be set. Young man looking for his boarding pass. Hats off as well to the referee Cameron. Well, just over 2.5 to play here. Tauranga to feed the scrum. Just going to ground with it. 18. That's a Keeney. They're short of the halfway line now. Entertaining game. Wonderful sport. Great athleticism. Neat attitude on display. In fact, nothing at all untoward in the way that these two teams have gone hammer and tong at each other here this afternoon. No shaping up or anything silly. Can't even recall a high tackle, to be honest. It's been played in good spirit. Good, clean rugby. Hard rugby. And ultimately winning rugby too, by the looks of things here coming in from the home squad. Isaiah Soni takes the ball to ground. Charlton outstanding today.
Nā kei te kite atu tātou I te mahere rautaki a te haukainga. Kia pupuritia te paoro. Kia noho pūmau te paoro ki Wainganui I te whira. E whakapau haere ana I te taima e toi ana. Hoi anō. Just alluding to, Tauranga trying to just maintain position and kill the clock, I suppose.
Well, and that hasn't happened, has it? So, last roll of the dice here, really, for the visitors. And coming up to kick the touch on the far side of the field is Paudi. Zach finds touch on the far side of the field. Has that been tapped back in or kept in the field of play? They seem to go forward. I'm quite sure what the referee will call here. And that's the end of the game. The clock here, of course, has wound down. And it's your home team who come away with the victory in round 3. Tauranga Boys with a hard-fought 31-24 scoreline here. And congratulations to them. Well, ngā mihi to both teams. It's been a wonderful display. Sportsmanship has been excellent here this afternoon, and I hope you've enjoyed the action here on Whakata Māori. A pleasure to bring it to you today, and we'll get some thoughts as well from the winning and losing captains. There's the intercept try that started us off in the second half. Hey, McKenzie just streaked onto the ball. These are the second half highlights, and Tommy McCoy has had an exceptional game too, the fullback for Tauranga Boys. 1917, he's able to streak through. And this is the next try. It was Charlton, deserved his try as well. This is perhaps one of the best of the afternoon. getting away from 3 defenders, including the talented fullback for Napier Boys High School. Across we come this time, and hey, McKenzie, well, he had 2 tries in that second half. Well done to him. They went finished there, Theron, with a lovely finish, and we'll see him here. The young guy just came on in jersey number 20, holds the ball up, then straightens, waits his pass nicely to Prattley, who gets it back on the inside to Theron as well. There's Aidan Cooker, he'll be pretty pleased with the victory. Congratulations to them as the 2 teams come together. Well, they met last night and were hosted by each other. The sense of camaraderie that exists between these schools, as well as a competitive spirit, the hallmark of secondary school sport. And a hard-fought victory for the home team, but entertaining rugby provided from both squads. Upcoming matches sees the boys of the Sulphur City up against the Tauranga lads. That's next week. New Plymouth and Gisborne will be another one to celebrate. Napier hosting Hamilton as well, and then Tauranga also hosting Palmerston North. That is next week. I think we're not too far away. Let's go down and see if Moiho might have one of the representatives from the squads with him now for our post-match interviews.
Got both captains with me. Got Ethan and Jay. Boys, bit of a gutsy win. How'd it go out there?
Yeah, no, it was a pretty tough game. Napier brought it today. It's a long trip for them. We knew they were going to bring it, and it was a gritty win. Just good to get the win, move on to next week.
I suppose rugby is just one aspect. The relationship between the 2 schools is very important as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good relationship. Obviously like to play them and other codes too, but happy to get the win today.
A lot of expectation. Obviously, champs last year coming successful over Hamilton Boys, 33 points to 0, but it's not an easy competition, is it?
No, it's a tough game every week. We just got to take one game at a time and see what happens. As you can see, Napier, they had a loss to Gisborne, but they can beat anyone on their day. So, it was a good game today, and we'll move on to the next.
As you mentioned, good gutsy win in preparation to play next week up against the boys who are at the top of the table, Palmerston North, going 4-4.
Yeah, it'll be good to get a hit out against them. Napier really bought it today, so prepare us for next week and take it to them next week.
All the boys go have a shower and wrap around your brothers and celebrate the win. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you, appreciate it.
As well for Tauranga Boys, I'm sure that the coach, Aidan Cooker, will be really pleased with the effort. Let's go down and get some thoughts from Napier. Played strong, just didn't come away with the points today. They'll be disappointed, but to be proud of their efforts.
E taku kapa I nāne ko te kai kapene o te kapa ahuriri Riley Wainga te tū whāngai. Riley, you must be proud of your boys. I was fortunate enough to watch you guys' game last week up against Hastings, which you started very strong and then sort of dropped off in that game, but you were here right to the last minute.
Yeah, our main focus this week was focusing on that first 20, the good stuff. We really thought we'd bring it to Hastings in that first 20 minutes, and we were stoked with that. So coming into this game, we decided we'd have some fun and try and bring that sort of stuff that we learned through the week. So it's awesome to get a close game like that up against a real top school, considering we were going this year. So it's only upwards from here. So yeah, we're looking forward to next week.
Got a beautiful shine on the right-hand eye there. The ladies at home will be very impressed with your effort today.
Yeah, well, actually, it's a bit of a practice injury sort of Thursday night, so yeah, I can claim it from the game, a bit more tough, so yeah, I'll play from there.
As I was mentioning to the caps of Tauranga Boys, doesn't get easier for them. They're playing the top of the table, and for yourselves, you're up against Hamilton next week. However, in terms of building momentum, you must be very pleased of how things are improving.
Yeah, I just want to wish them all the best for their game against Palmy next week. They've been building real well, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. For us against Hamilton, it's a very targeted game, considering the last time they came down we had a good win against them in the rain, so we're targeting that game to lift off this momentum and bring the pressure to them, so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
No doubt Willie Tran and the whole coaching staff deserve an acknowledgement. While you got the chance, who'd you like to thank?
Yeah, I'd love to thank our coaches, Wendy, our photographer, and Mrs. Morrison, who's our manager. She's awesome, she deals with everything, so really love that, so yeah.
It's been a pleasure to celebrate this game, wrap around your boys, and a trip home. All the best for next week.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thanks to Moiho for the post-match interviews. He's a kaupapa teacher, Moiho, and works with our rangatahi a lot, so he has a nice affinity with them. I'm a bit of an older guy, but, you know, I just love what goes on in teenage sport. You know, they're so full of vibrancy and promise, and, you know, they're going to carry our people forward. So big ups to all of the connections. Ngā mihi to you for your interest in rugby, in sport, and in the development of our rangatahi. I'd like to acknowledge our friends from Gecko Productions, and in particular Alex, who's the director of our mahi today. That's Aidan Cooker there, good guy and long-time coach here at Tauranga. As we mentioned through the call, challenging because, you know, each year he has to rotate and bring you guys on. But there's been a lot to celebrate here today. I hope you enjoyed the action in round 3 of Super 8, bringing the best of our boys' schools together. On behalf of me, Dale, and Moiho, it's been a pleasure to have you with us. We'll have a look at some of the highlights and bid you farewell from the beautiful Bay of Plenty and acknowledge the victory here. 31-24, Tauranga Moana successful in round 3 of Super 8 Rugby. Nei la te mihi ka koutou, mauri o le ka tātou. Great to have you with us here on Whakaata Māori.